What's up? It's the Heavy Metal Rebel Francis Terry and the Body of Light Scorpio Sky. Hey, Christopher Daniels, collectively known as SoCal Uncensored. See you. You're watching Kayfabe Radio, bro. Kayfabe, brother. Yeah. See you later.
You are listening to AM Thunder, the official pay-per-view review show of Kayfabe Talk Radio. And now your hosts, Eric the Red and Mr. Bones. And welcome everyone to, I guess, the return of a very long hiatus of AM Thunder, brought to you by Kayfabe Talk Radio. Nonetheless, I am Eric the Red, joined along with, as always,
Mr. Bones.
And we will bring to you the Ring of Honor Final Battle thoughts, reviews, and whatnot from yours truly. But, before we do anything, I'm going to give the floor to Mr. Bonesaw because, much like last year's Final Battle, he was able to attend this year's Final Battle. So, by all means.
Fun pay-per-view. I'd say it's probably the best one I've ever been to. To be honest, I think it's the best live show I've ever seen, bar none. It surpassed pretty much every expectation I had going into it. Now, not spoiling anything, but there's a lot of things that happen that are kind of permanent now, concerning the group of people that were originally in Ring of Honor that are no longer in Ring of Honor. The fact to see them, a final kind of like goodbye in that company, it's kind of weird, and on top of that, we saw like some fantastic fucking matches, and I not only that, I had a good time even before then. I got to meet Jay Lethal again. Had a really good conversation with him, and I talked to him about his entrance at All In, and I had a really touching moment with him, and it made me even I was already a big fan of his, but now it's like I'm an even bigger fan. And also on top of that, we have a if you're listening to our any of our YouTube cast anymore, you're gonna see our new opening, featuring none other than the SCU. So you can enjoy that. So I had a good time just being there and meeting all those different guys. And I think I brought my girlfriend too, Christy. She had a lot of fun. And I again, Ring of Honor. Obviously with all the big departures, continue to follow this company. I'll say one thing. Certain people leaving. You've had Brian and Samoa Joe and a bunch of other people. This company's stayed consistent throughout the years. Doesn't insult your intelligence. It doesn't expect you to shovel in shit and but give it the benefit of the doubt that they've been consistent over the years, and just don't suddenly decide, oh, I'm not going to watch it anymore because they're not there. Just stick with it. A lot of brand new talents coming in, and a lot of really cool talent being signed. So expect the the quality of the matches to continue to be fantastic. So that being said, I think we can really just go into the matches.
Well,
Did you know about like the dark match that happened?
No. Well, the only match I know of is basically like everything that was on the pay-per-view. I didn't hear anything about any dark matches.
Oh yeah, there was like a pre-show, like a kind of like a dark match, but it was, what the hell was it? It was the best friend. It was a 6-man tag. It was the best friends. I kind of like, we got there kind of right as it was happening.
Okay.
Like right at the end of the match, it was like the best friends, and I forgot who the hell they were tagging with. And then they were against Beer City Bruiser and a couple other big dudes.
Was it Beer City, Silas, and Malonis?
I think it was Malonis, but Silas. No, Silas was the big reveal at the end during the bully
Okay.
I Quit match. He was,
Okay,
because
so
he
he
had
didn't
a huge
wrestle at
pop.
all.
Because people, it was one of those things where they were still like kind of like, oh, is he going to WWE?
Gotcha. I mean, yeah. I mean, you know what though? I had to respond, but before we dive into the pay-per-view, I just want to respond to everything you were talking about. Just very quickly within comments. Regarding the Jay Lethal thing, like I saw the picture you guys together online. That is a really cool picture. Like I'm just saying, like it's one of these things where like I was able to like take like a moment, like let everything sink in from everything like you were sending me and stuff. And I saw that picture. I was like, man, you could tell like they had a really cool conversation. Like Jay Lethal actually looked like, he looked out of character in that like picture. Like he just looked like a genuinely happy person right there. So that looked like you guys hit it off, and that was really nice to see. The SCU thing, fuck yeah. This is the worst podcast I've ever listened to. But then, and as far as the whole thing with the guys that are leaving, that whole ordeal, I want to talk about that. I want to give some moment at the end of this show here to talk about it with you for a couple minutes, because I got a lot to say about that. I got a lot to say. But before anything, let's dive into the pay-per-view.
Differently, but okay, we'll talk about that more towards the end. But
yeah,
my initial thoughts are it's no different because you've had guys, huge guys.
It is no different. But I want to save everything before we start going on tangents. That's why I want to wait, and I want to have a nice meaty conversation about it. But let's dive into the pay-per-view. Let's run everything around because there's a lot of matches to discuss.
Okay, so there was a 6-man tag that was a pre-show. The best friends have a good pop, and they go over. So that's the initial match before they start the pay-per-view proper. It was a fun little match. I kind of got there a little bit late, so I didn't get to see the whole thing. But That happened, and then the first match is Eli Ism versus Kenny King, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, Kenny King is just like getting cheek heat for the most part. Like when he comes in, he's just the the, the to his credit, it was actually even though it was like cheap heat and it was just I don't know. It's just the atmosphere in Manhattan Center and especially the Hammerstein Ballroom that even like small comments like that just like amp up the crowd, and he was able to like get a lot of people kind of invested in the match. So yeah, I'll give him that at the very least. I think it was a good match. I like the athleticism. I've seen. I think this has probably been one of the better Kenny King matches I've seen. I haven't really watched that much, but I mean, I liked him and I liked Eli Ism. Is Ism signed with Ring of Honor or
Yeah,
is he?
yeah, he's one of their like future of honor students. He's one of the students in the dojo training with
Oh, so he's like a young
Delirious.
boy.
Yeah, he's an ROH young boy. That's the best way to put it. Kenny King, I followed his entire career. Since well, not his entire career, but like his career starting since about like I want to say like 2009, 2008, and the thing with Kenny King that I always gathered from with him is the guy's a good hand for any company he works for, whether it be TNA, Ring of Honor, whatever. He's a good hand. He's a guy that you're gonna get a great match out of. He's a guy that you could get a babyface reaction and could get a good heel reaction. He's not a main eventer. He's just about the type of mid carder that you need to add to your show to get some talent on there. He's not a superstar by any means, but he's a good talent and he's always has great matches. To me, he's a better tag wrestler. Red Titus from the that team, the Dogs, with Will Ferrara. They're kind of like a comedy team in Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
Red Titus and Kenny King used to be the All Night Express. They were a tag team, and that's really
yeah.
where like a lot of people know Kenny King mostly from. And they were a killer tag team. Like they were an awesome tag team, and that's what people mostly see him as. Like that are like Ring of Honor fans like the past 10 years, so they see him now and they're like, oh, okay, like he's not bad, but we preferred when he did this. So but Eli Isom, I'm not like there's somewhat potential, but there's nothing standing out with him for me yet.
I like him. I think he has potential to be a big star, but he's not. He hasn't gone to the point. He's not like a Flip Gordon yet, or he's not like a.
I wasn't sold on Flip Gordon when he first came around, and now
yeah, because when he first came in, and it's the same thing with Eli Ism. It's like okay, yeah, he's coming out of the system. Is he more than a generic flippy guy?
right.
That's the main, like when you see a lot of these guys on the Indies, it's like, okay, you can do a 450 splash, but okay, what else can you do? Can you sell? Can you actually tell a good story? We've seen it, there's plenty of guys that can do fucking flips all day. It's impressive, but it's like you want to see stuff, different things out of a guy. Can you be a main eventer? And can you get an emotional reaction beyond going ooh and ah? So that's something I want to see out of Eliism is somebody who's got a little bit more personality. And
Yeah.
couldn't really tell. I mean, again, he played to the crowd, decently. I mean, the crowd did get annoyed at the end when he lost, and then that was the whole fake fake handshake heat at the end when he fucking spit in his face. So, like the crowd, like for a guy who's like just coming up, the crowd at least kind of cared about the guy. So,
which is good. I mean, at least, hey, look, at the very least, if I'm not sold on him and I'm one person, I'd rather just me be kind of like, I want to see more, as opposed to people that, if you're in a crowd and like there's like a good handful of hundreds of people going, no, we like this guy, let's cheer for him. That's what you need for now, but keep it going to where you can up that ante with thousands of people, because you guys do have a big show coming up in April, so you need as much. These guys need to get pushed and highlighted as much as possible throughout the weeks to come and months to come on big events, on big TV shows, and so on and so forth. So, I like I said, I'm not gonna hate on the guy and be like, oh, he's a jabroni. No, I want to see more. I want to see stars. I want to see guys come from nothing into superstardom. That's all I'm asking for. But he's got a good look. He looks like he could eventually be something. It's just something it's missing at the moment.
I kind of don't like his like the dreadlocks and everything. I think needs to differentiate himself a little bit more, because he's just like, I'm like bargain basement version of Juice Robinson. That's what I kind of like when I see the guy. It's like,
yeah, but another thing, but you gotta think of this too. What is he gonna do? Just shave his head or have short hair like every other wrestler?
Yeah, that too.
I'd rather him have the dreads.
There's other hairstyles and stuff. I don't know. It's kind of a moot point. Again, that's kind of like a petty gripe, but the guy's still coming up, so let's see more from him.
Yep, but we'll move on to what a lot of people are calling their match of the night. I would probably have to agree that this is probably one of my favorite mid-card title matches of the year. Jeff Cobb versus Hangman Page for the Ring of Honor World's Television Championship. Holy fuck. What a match.
AKA how many almost potentially lethal moves can I do to a human being? Oh my god. I'm gonna let you know right now. There's multiple times during this pay-per-view where I was thinking, please don't die. Like throughout all of the pay-per-view, like there's moments where I am actually physically afraid that someone's going to either be permanently injured or die. This is one of them. This match, I saw a couple different spots where I was like, please don't die. By God, the moonsault into the moonsault off the apron onto Jeff Cobb, and then Jeff Cobb was like, fuck out of here, and just suplexed the motherfucker. I was like, what? Why the fuck does that happen? When does that ever happen? Like, to see a fucking guy just man, and it's like, it's one thing, like, I get, okay, I can see somebody like the size of Flip Gordon and that happen, or someone like the size of Marty or like a cruiserweight, but
yeah.
Man, you fucking seen Adam Page, man. You fucking seen that guy. He's fucking huge. And the fact that Jeff Cobb was able to fucking manhandle him, I was like, what? The whole fucking crowd went ballistic, man. It was like the first fucking huge just pop. Oh my god, dude! The freaking crowd went ballistic. How was it on your end? Like when you saw that, what was your initial reaction?
Oh, like when he caught him into the fucking belly to belly or whatever you call it. Yeah. Oh, dude. Like, I was just like one. I like. I gotta give them both of them props for just ultimately doing crazy shit and getting out of that alive, because that proves that these guys are fucking professionals at a top tier level. But when I saw that spot, I mean, live, like when it came across the TV, like Ian Riccaboni and Colt, like they had a good reaction to it, but it wasn't a thing where like it looked more. It probably would have looked more impressive live, but like it's just Colt and Ian didn't sell it like it was something like holy, like they weren't playing up the fact of how strong Jeff Cobb was in that particular moment, I guess the best way to put it. But when he was doing the superplex spot from the top rope where he's holding Hangman for a hesitated suplex, that's when they were like doing that. That's when they were billing him like Jeff Cobb is probably one of the strongest guys ever.
That went
in Ring of
on
Honor.
forever. That went on fucking forever. That was like at least fucking like at least like 30 seconds to 40 seconds. That was fucking impressive. The fact that he was able to hold him up for that long, and especially Hangman for keeping his balance too. That shows you how dedicated, because you see the same spot. Like, okay, I'm not gonna try to like shit on somebody, but you see some people. I'm not going to name names, that you had, you have a big guy like that, and, he's now on the Indies, and they did a spot very similar, but it wasn't on the top fucking rope, and they, couldn't even fucking do it without the guy botching and the other one falling over. So, the fact that they were able to do it on the fucking top rope and no one died is just a testament to how good these two fucking guys were. And the fact is, to be honest, both of these guys at some point deserve to be in a main event scene later on down the road in some company, because holy shit. Just and the fucking match, like there was no blood, but I think this was one of the most brutal fucking matches in the card. Just for the amount of like physical force you could see like being exerted, and then the fucking crazy thing was, and you'll kind of laugh about this, but after the show, fucking Hangman was like fully dressed, fine, no issue, is fucking downstairs. So I think I don't know what the fuck was going on, but he was signing autographs for like fucking $20. Like, after the show.
But I got a question to you. Was he charging more?
What do you mean?
No, like that's all he was charging was 20?
Yeah, he was only charging like $20.
That's pretty good. For
their
biggest card?
I don't know if it was sanctioned or not, but he was downstairs signing autographs for $20. And then the security
make an extra couple bucks,
like the security came and they were like, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" So they kind of like hurried him up, but because they just wanted to have everybody out of the arena, but so I'm guessing it was just like beer money or just money for the road or whatever.
Could have been. Hey, it could have been some money for I'm not. And when I say this, I'm not. Don't get the wrong idea, folks. I'm saying this because this is a real thing in wrestling. This is a real thing in life in general. Maybe he was trying to get some money to get some extra pain medicine or something. Good, you never know.
Yeah, I don't know.
But regardless,
He
I
didn't
mean,
seem like
that's
in a lot of pain though. Like he looked fucking fine.
yeah.
Like
You don't know.
yeah, you know,
Some guys
yeah.
hide it better than other people. But I mean, but basically, without going into we could sit here and fucking highlight spot for spot, but we would be spending way too much time. All I'm gonna say is, if you're gonna watch if you don't have time to watch the entire pay-per-view, folks, watch this match. If you have yet to still see this pay-per-view,
you mentioned to me the Owen spot with the fucking
yes, that pile driver,
the pile driver.
Oh, I got so fucking nervous.
Oh my god, dude! When I saw that, like, oh boy, especially he's a fucking tall dude. That's so sketchy to fucking do.
Yeah, Hangman is like, I'm 6'3". He's about maybe an inch or two shorter than me. Because me and him were eye level. Just about. Yeah, no, we were eye level. I just have like an inch or two on him. So yeah, he's a pretty fucking tall dude to be doing something like that with.
Yeah, that can go, south pretty fucking easily. I know, like it usually like kind of like pile drivers and shit like that. I think it's like kind of reserved. Like, okay, it's kind of dumb to say like, oh, you can't do it if you're a tall guy, but it's like when it comes down to it, it's like is the risk worth the reward? Has everybody seen a fucking pile driver? Doing it like that. I don't know. I mean, it was a fucking hellacious spot, and the near fall from that was pretty fucking crazy. I like the finish too, where he just goes for the tour of the islands for the second time.
Oh, and, yeah, I loved it. I fucking love that move. That's gotta be one of my favorite
It kind of looks like a variant of like it kind of reminds, because it's like a face buster, but it's like the it's kind of like the end of days, but it's like cooler looking.
It's like, well, it's not a face buster because you're throwing the guy on their back, but it's like it's like a mixture. It's basically like a combination of like
wasn't there like a variant where I'm maybe misremembering the move, but wasn't it like a variant where the guy like lands like face first, kind of like a face buster?
The move isn't a face buster though.
Okay, the first one was like a God. The first one was a back. He did like a back version, and then like he pinned off like the variant of the front facing one. I'm misremembering. It's been a couple days, so
yeah.
I remember it being a facebuster.
I'm looking back at it. He hits him with two of them. And they're all the same thing. He's great. He grabs him toward like the left or whatever, spins him around, and then slams him on his back, kind of like a World's Strongest Slam.
That's
pretty much what the move is. It's almost like a spin. It's like a rotating World's Strongest Slam. But it's like it's done in the ways that like the end of days is. And the last thing I'm gonna talk about, and then we'll go to the next match. That if he keeps doing that style of F5, I'm gonna name the move Brock Ho. This guy doesn't go with it. He just throws the motherfucker. He just throws Hangman.
I'm actually gonna tell you. I actually heard a bunch of people in the crowd go, "Fuck the F5, that's the F7."
It's the F7. That's the F7. Oh, you know what? I would love to call it Brock Who, but the F7, that's even funnier. Just because I'm picturing drunk guys yelling that. Okay, it's the F7. It's the F7. Okay, we'll call it that. And I hope that sticks. Kevin Owens had one. Kevin Owens used to do it, and he would call it when he was Steen. In the Ring of Honor, they would call it the F6. But the original name of the move when he did it was deep sea diverticulitis.
No, God. Who the fuck is gonna say that?
Huh?
Who would fucking say that in the full
Kevin
sentence?
Kelly did. He
True.
fucking said it. It was a little of a tongue twister, and they just shortened it.
Who's gonna be the drunk motherfucker who's gonna be like screaming that? Oh, she diverticulitis.
Yeah, it's easy to just say F7, or but moving on, we had the women's fatal 4-way. This one I was kind of like meh about. I don't know what your thoughts were. But we had Sumi Sakai defending the belt against Karen Q, Madison Rayne, and Kelly Klein in a fatal 4-way.
I'll tell you my thoughts on it. I actually didn't see much of this match, to be honest. I was up getting drinks.
Much. It was.
I was up getting drinks. I like. It's weird. Emma's there. Is she hurt or something?
Yeah, she's hurt.
She's here. Okay.
Yeah, she's hurt. I don't know how long she's gonna be out for, but she's hurt. I don't know what it is with this woman of honor.
She was signing autographs. She was signing autographs and stuff, and it didn't look like she was like.
Yeah, no, she has like a knee injury. She's a knee injury. She's she done the surgery or whatever a couple months ago. I think she's just in the process of healing.
Okay.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's just like the most impressive worker here. I guess you could say is that Japanese chick or Chinese. I don't know what she is. Karen Q. Like the big Oriental chick. She's basically to me like the Oriental Jordan Grace. She's like this is the first time I really paid attention to her. I know she's done some shit in the Mae Young Classic, and she's been in Ring of Honor for so long, but she to me is the best worker. But fucking they're big on that Kelly Klein girl. I don't see anything in her special. It is what it is. Madison Rayne I never cared for, and Sumi Sakai is terrible. But for what it's worth, they put on not a bad match.
I watched the end, and I was kind of I was watching that. I was like, I don't understand why they put the belt on Sumi Sakai.
To begin
and I was like, and I kept going, I kept in my mind. I think I actually did say this out because I was in a half and half inebriated state. I ended up saying, if this is knockouts, this would have been a lot better.
You're not wrong, because people can make fun of fucking Impact for years and years all they want. Impact's women, at least now, is still, in my opinion, the best fucking women's going for the most part. But I don't know. It's just there's something missing here.
There's no big stars there. It's I understand that they're still trying to build it, but it's
it's a work in progress.
Guys, there's other big names on the indies you can sign up. You got Jordan Grace or somebody, one of these.
Nope, she's in Impact now.
Where's she?
Impact.
Oh shit.
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, knockouts.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, fucking knockouts.
Dude, they robbed all the fucking
They have a monopoly
stars.
on the women.
they robbed all the fucking stars. There's like, they got her, they got Starlet Bordeaux, who's fucking the most gorgeous fucking piece of ass going today. They got Rosemary still here and there. Well, probably when she's not injured, she'll come back. You got Allie, you got Sue Young, you got Tessa Blanchard. There's so many fucking people down there. Here it's just they're not bad in the ring, but they're not lighting the world on fire. Like I said, Kelly Klein just. I guess it's because she's been training with them and she's been loyal to that company for like 5 years or whatever the fuck. So I guess that's kind of why they're like, oh, okay, let's reward her, and that's cool.
Oh, you haven't signed an NXT contract yet.
You haven't signed an NXT contract. Here's the title.
Yeah,
that's basically what this Women of Honor is. It's, hey, you haven't signed a contract. Also, too, why the fuck is her finish the Attitude Adjustment? Like, that's another thing. Like, why is it the Attitude Adjustment? And it's not even a Death Valley. Like, they're gonna say, oh, it's a Death Valley driver. No, it's not. The way she does it, it just reminds me of Cena. And her name is Kelly Klein.
Yeah. You can't see her.
But yeah, but I don't know. I mean, I hate to say it like this. As long as the belt's off of Sumi Sakai, I don't care.
I came back, and this should tell you everything about the. Like, okay, they weren't that bad, but it's like, I remember coming back, and my girlfriend was like, "I need that drink."
Oh, you left her alone.
She was watching, and she's not a. I don't know if it's her being catty, but she's not a big fan of female wrestling.
Well, let me tell you something.
Well, she's been to Ring of Honor shows, so that's the main thing.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, but if it doesn't get any better, then they kind of need to scrap this Women of Honor thing.
I'm willing to give it a chance. Working. I'm gonna be optimistic, but if you told me today, if you told me as we're talking, there was an alert, and Ring of Honor's like, hey, survey time, you guys want to keep Women of Honor? I would have been like, yes. But if the majority vote was no, and they're like, okay, we're scrapping Women of Honor, I'd be like, okay. I'm like, you should think about it and try it, but I mean, it kind of still sucks. It does suck.
It's so underwhelming.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's what it is.
It's not as bad as like I feel like the main thing that could happen, like tomorrow they told me that they were gonna like sign some like people that came over from WWE that they're not being used properly at all. Like if you told me Bayley or Sasha or a couple other people from WWE signed with them, I'd be like, yes, okay, they can actually have some legitimate stars now. Because I just did like all the women that they signed so far. Okay, you have Emma, great, but she's on the shelf. So
it can't be a one-trick pony. Cannot be a one-trick pony. There's no stars, and we're not sitting here saying, oh, you gotta sign everybody. No, you don't have to sign everybody. Just please, for the love of yourself, Ring of Honor, just get girls that are hot on the indie circuit. It's not that bad. Get girls that people don't know, that will light the world on fire, that will fucking, be something, or could be something, or is on the verge of being something. There's a lot of talent, and there's a lot of girls that were in that Mae Young Classic that you could pull out of that aren't signed, bring them into Ring of Honor, and it'd be like, holy shit. So, like, I can't fucking sit here and name everybody because I didn't watch that whole thing, and you didn't either. But like I said, there's plenty of people that they could sign on the indies. Just all I'm saying is, get them before Impact does, because Impact's getting everybody when it comes to the women. They're getting everybody. They're getting all the stars. And people wonder why the knockouts are better. Because everybody's fucking a star. Everyone's a fucking ass kicker in that division.
I actually haven't heard anybody. Okay, and that's the weird thing. It's like I've been hearing more people signing to Impact with the knockouts than I've heard like signing with WWE. And this is
because
kind of
WWE
like
has like 198 broads on fucking contract. That's why they have a lot of women, but they're not doing anything with any of them.
That is true. Who the fuck who's champion there right now?
For the women?
Yeah.
Look, I'm gonna give credit where credit's due. Just gonna take a moment before we move on. I did watch TLC this past week, and
I heard about. No, I'm talking about NXT. The other belts for fuck themselves.
No. I'm gonna give credit where credit's due. I'm gonna say this as a comment in passing. Becky, Charlotte, and Asuka did have a good TLC match in my opinion, and Asuka's their champion now. For NXT, it's Shayna Baszler, and Raw obviously still Ronda.
Wait, Shayna won the belt back?
Yeah, she got it back on that women's card Evolution back in October. Yeah, she got it back, and then they did a 2 out of 3 falls in NXT War Games.
Okay, I haven't been really paying attention to NXT for a while.
It's no big deal. It's no big deal. I'm kind of back in the loop as far as like understanding what goes on, but I'm not watching it religiously. And that goes for the entire company as a whole.
Yeah, I just know that there's not enough fucking time in the week.
Yeah, that's all it is. Nowadays, it's like I have all the wrestling companies I want to watch. That's a thing where if I have extra time, yeah, I'm gonna watch NXT or WWE, but it's not on my I have to see it. So, but moving on, we go to and I'm a little disappointed in some wrestling fans, or a lot of them, I should say. I talked with other people that I know, because I had a couple of, not just you and Chrissy, but I had a couple other friends that went to Ring of Honor, and a lot of people were not that, for whatever reason, that like astound and amazed between Jonathan Gresham and Zack Sabre Jr. like I was, and I was like, what is wrong with you?
No, that was a fantastic match. That's the match that Bubby would fucking lose his mind over. Yeah, because it was a back and forth match. It's like that's what I love, though. That's the type of match like where you get like, okay, so you had your hostile, hard ass match where you guys are like just beating the shit out of each other, and then you go to this and it's this this British style technical match where they're not they're just it's just as nasty a match, like, and I was laughing. It's like it's kind of difficult to, like, when you're with somebody, especially who's not a wrestling fan, and then you hear random comments and just like, like the thing that made me laugh the most is Chrissy's just like, she sees them, like she's reacting to all the holds, and then it gets to the point where she struggles out of an octopus hold, and then fucking Zack Sabre Jr. slaps him in the fucking face, and Chrissy's like, "That's a bitch move." So just for that, I have like a special a place in that match has like a special place in my heart. The fact that I was able to hear my girlfriend yell at a wrestler and say that he was being a bitch.
What did she think of Stretch Armstrong's pin special, where he just fucking totally bridges his neck?
She was like, she kept going like, well, how the fuck is he like? Does he have any fucking bones?
Nah, he's Gumby. He's fucking
like,
Gumby.
I'm laughing because they're calling Grisham the octopus, but then again, like, I'm pretty sure like Zack Sabre Jr. has no fucking like skeletal system. Like, he's just made of cartilage like a fucking shark. Yeah, and I'm watching. I'm watching I go back and I'll watch the fucking match, and it's like, holy shit, how is he doing this? Which kind of sucks because I didn't get to meet him live. I think I was like a couple minutes, and then he had to go, start getting warmed up for the match. Grisham was fucking phenomenal. He was going hole for hole with this guy. So, which I'm kind of like amazed because that show we're going to in April, he's on the card. So whoever he's against that's gonna be a fucking technical mastery.
Oh, Gresham, Gresham's on the Bloodsport.
Yeah, he's on the Bloodsport card,
yep.
So that's gonna be a fucking fantastic.
Yeah, I was pretty pumped up for that. I hope we get to meet him. I'd like to meet Jonathan Gresham. I don't know, it's just a lot of people are like, oh, he's too small. Yeah, he is a very small man, but by all means, he's a fucking tremendous worker. That's all I need.
Yeah, but he's actually pretty like filled out. It's like. I've always had this kind of issue with people going, oh, he's too small. It's like, okay, but if he's like a fucking, like, if he's jacked as shit, like, then should it matter? It's like, like when, like, yeah, it's the same debate people have had for years. Like, okay, he had Eddie Guerrero, but he's like fucking huge. He's a fucking huge dude. Like, he's filled out. It's not like you're having like a fucking 110-pound weakling fucking trying to fight a 300-pound man. It's quite different. It's like it doesn't make sense when people are like, oh, he's a submission artist. They're not supposed to be fucking huge motherfuckers. They're trying to fucking suffocate your ass with like a fucking chokehold. They're not trying to beat you into fucking submission. It doesn't take a lot to fucking cut off your air supply. So that's my thought as far as like kayfabe is kayfabe's concerned. But they had a really good match. The fucking bridging, the fact that he was able to get out of the bridge and then put his own on for the pin. The crowd was like, what the fuck? Like they couldn't even kind of process the fact that he was able to like bridge into that. So it took me by surprise because I thought the match was going to end by like submission. Because these are two fucking submission artists, and the fact that they were able to end the match on a fucking pin was fantastic.
Yeah, well, it's one of those things where they took you out of left field, they took you by surprise, and you need that. You need that in wrestling. So, like I said, this was another one of my favorite matches. It's like this is a match that anyone could want. I mean, well, yeah, you're gonna have your people that are, like I said, you're gonna have your wrestling fans that are like, it's okay. Because they're like they're not fucking pure fans, but you show us to any old timer, they're gonna be like, okay, this is pro wrestling done right. This is pro wrestling.
I can't even be upset with them though. It's like it's the old debate of okay, you like I like peanut butter, you like chocolate.
Yeah. No, I
put,
get that.
You can put the peanut butter with the chocolate, and some people are going to go, oh, fuck that, I don't want peanut butter in my chocolate, but when it comes down to it, it's your opinion of what wrestling is, so I can't be upset with somebody going, not a huge fan of, like, because it can be slow sometimes, you know.
Yeah.
But I thoroughly enjoyed the match. I thought it was a fantastic match.
Yeah, but I mean, but I guess the best way to explain it too, especially when it comes to this card, is there's a little of everything for everybody. You had your horses, you had your flippy stuff, you had your your women, you had your technical match, and then when we get out of that, you go into a match with two, flamboyant type of characters with the fancy entrances and whatnot, wrestling more of the superstar style in like Dalton and Matt Taven.
No. This is what I'll tell you. The pay-per-view was. It was like finding out every single genre actually was a horror movie. Because every match afterwards is nearly, well, except the Marty and Christopher Daniels match. Every single one was like a fucking car crash. Like, there's somebody almost dies in every fucking spot. Like, I'm not making this up. Like, literally almost everybody dies. Like,
I feel like we're gonna say that when we go to see Bloodsport live. I can't wait for that shit.
Terrifying. It's fucking terrifying. Like, okay, I'll give you. Okay, so I'm over by the bar in the back when you first come into like the Manhattan Center. They have like the bars and like the merch in front. So I'm getting a drink. I'm trying to like rush back to get to see the Matt Taven Dalton Castle match. So they're finishing up their entrances. They're like going at it. Now they're they're tumbling all over the place. So I'm like, oh shit, they've been. I already know like the build up. They were building the feud for a little bit. So I'm rushing back out. I'm getting back into my seat now. Dolan gets ejected out of the ring. He's down on the ringside by the barricades. Now I'm looking at it and I'm like, oh buddy, I think you gotta slow down a little bit. Like I'm in my mind, I'm kind of like saying it like remember that skit from like Family Guy where Peter's like riding on the dragon from Neverending Story. He's like, buddy, I think you're a little bit heavy.
Yeah.
So when Matt Taven goes flying out, in my mind, I'm like, I'm going down. Oh, so I'm watching him, and I see him like I know it's going bad because he's way too much velocity, and I'm like, I just see and on the whole like they kind of did a decent enough job because I rewatched it. I rewatched certain parts, and I'm like, I made sure to watch this to see if like they let it slip on the pay-per-view side. The fucking referee was yelling at Dalton Castle like he broke kayfabe, like to chew him the fuck out. Like, he was like, what the fuck did you do? Because Taven, like, you see on the pay-per-view, like, I didn't really get, like, a good, clear view at it. Like, I knew he went down. I thought he, like, went head first, like, neck first into the fucking barricade. Because I remember, like, seeing, and I saw the reaction that everybody had, and I didn't see it, like, I didn't see the full impact until I rewatched it, and I think you best described it as, I thought he broke his fucking sternum.
That's what it looked like on pay-per-view.
Like, I didn't get to, yeah, no, and, like, later on, I just saw that and was like, I fucking cringed. I was like, how the fuck did he, how the fuck did he finish the match? He should have had, like, at least a broken rib.
Any shit I've given to Matt Taven in the past, it went out the door to this. This is a prime example, in my opinion, of when you have someone that's been around for so many years, done nothing, and now they're finally reaching potential into an actual, like, star, like in Ring of Honor. And I know I've been using that term a lot lately, but believe me, this is all gonna tie in together what I'm gonna say at the end of this show. I'm basically just hoping that they're gonna be okay for their garden show, because they need all these guys need to be fucking elevated. But right now, Matt Taven's on a good path, and I imagine he's okay because he was on the TV tapings and he wrestled in Philly, but.
I mean, I think the air was just knocked out of him.
Yeah.
But
yeah. Oh, he sold it.
On the shoot, you could hear the referee still was, like, trying to be, like, low key about it, but he was, like, pointing at him, and, like, he was pointing at him and going, "What the fuck did you do?" And you could kind of, like, see Dalton, like, kind of, like, worried, like, I really hope I didn't, like, fuck up the pay-per-view. And then, like, Taven was like you also saw, like Taven start to get up, and then it was like, okay, he's fine, he's all right. Because I guess I don't know what the fuck they're made of. Like, I don't know what the fuck these guys are made of, because there was, like, so many fucking near fucking botches here, man. Like. And the crowd, like, a lot of the crowd didn't even know how to react, because I heard from somebody else, like, oh, he fucking hit his head directly, and I guess it was just the poor angle, people just didn't see it fully, because like, they don't do, like, it's not like WWE, they don't show, like, instant replay or anything like that, so you see it one time and that's it.
Yeah, there's no Titantron.
You miss it. Yeah, there's no Titantron, so you see it the one fucking time, and if you miss it, that's too fucking bad.
Yep.
Okay, and for the rest of the match, I mean, it was fun. Like, the boys got involved. There was a lot of shenanigans.
Yeah, the Kingdom got involved. Rob Zombie. Vinny Morcelia came out under the ring.
That was fun, though. I mean, like, I can't.
I like the Kingdom. I don't know. I'm gonna just admit it now. I like the Kingdom now. I think they're all coming in. TK is probably the least impressive out of the other ones as far as look wise, but great fucking worker. Ever since I saw that guy fucking well over a year or so ago fucking break his shins on a barricade, and then he still was, like, wanting to finish the match, I was like, that's a tough motherfucker.
Like, I've liked these guys. I mean, like, I think they had a really good match against the Bullet Club when we went and saw them in Mayhem.
Yeah, I like the Kingdom. I'm not gonna pretend I don't or anything. They're a fun group as far as getting a good heel reaction. Matt Taven, he's gonna be a world champion. The rating's on the wall.
Yeah,
The best
definitely.
way I could put it.
A lot of people already. I mean, I was laughing because they were like, a couple people in like in my group were like chanting when they saw his belt. They were going, $1 million championship.
Yeah, it's like if the $1 million championship and Jeff Hardy's world title fucked.
Oh man, I was trying to start like a fucking. I, I was like, yeah, your fucking belt looks like the 205, the fucking cruiserweight belt. You fucking pansy.
That would have been funny if there was a 205 chant. That would,
Oh man.
but you know what? I think you'll agree with me, and we could move on from here if you want. If you don't have anything left, Matt Taven to me, the best way to put it, he's like the indie Miz.
Yeah. Like he's, yeah. He just needs like this one situation where you can kind of get behind him, and then uh he's like he's got good matches in him. You have to put him with a decent enough worker that they can kind of work around him and kind of pull it out of him, because he's not, like he's good he's a good promo. I think this was the type of match that kind of elevated him a little bit. He does have a lot of fans too. Like there was a lot of people in like the front row that were really into him. So, I enjoyed it. I thought it was a really fun match, and I like the finish too. Like even though Chrissy was really disappointed, she was like, it's fine. I understand. It's fucking bullshit. You lost though.
Yeah, because I know she's a big fan of Dalton.
Yeah, she's like, she can fucking take it. And the best part was like she kept like, at this point she was she was fucking visibly drunk. So the whole time she's like just booing the shit out of Matt Taven, and then for some reason she started just taking a lot of like random pictures at the like guy. The guy in front that was like doing the ticker tape and like putting in the trash can. She kept like taking pictures of that. Like it was the most fascinating fucking thing. And I was like laughing because I was like, she started putting in like water bottles and gum into like the fucking bag, and I was just like, Chrissy, sometimes they use that for spots, right?
Oh man.
And the best part was they took the lid off, like there was going to be some kind of spot for that, and I was just like, Chrissy, you threw your fucking gum in there. How are they supposed to use that now? And she was like, oh, I'm sorry. Should I offer them gum?
Should I offer them gum? Wow. Oh, Chrissy, you don't disappoint. Don't change.
Oh my god.
But Marty versus Christopher Daniels was next, and that's where I saw your fucking mark ass on camera.
Oh my god.
And my dad with the comment, wait a minute, Pat's in the ring? Pat's in the crowd? How are there two Pats? It's like when there was two dogs at WrestleMania.
I swear I'm gonna get TA one of these fucking days. Oh my god.
Yeah, this was another fucking fun match.
Is he just done like in Ring of Honor, or is he?
I don't know. I don't know what the story is.
Is he going to? Is he going to be an all elite, or I know I've heard that rest of the SEU. Like I know Kazarian and Scorpio Sky are going to be going over there, but
Daniels maybe. I don't know. I don't know if he is. But no, but yeah, it was this was a fucking really fun match. You know, it is a little, I guess, bittersweet. You know, in Daniel's potentially last ROH match, he loses, but that's what he wanted. He did the right thing, especially for going forward. Marty's going to be their big main eventer.
it makes sense, like to pass the torch to somebody who's down the card. You want to be building a star. You want somebody who's going to be there and is going to be the next generation of the next big thing in the company. So you can't have it be the old guy just putting this is how it should work in the wrestling business. If you're the old guy in the room, you shouldn't be the guy to I'm the 50-something-year-old guy who's like beating this young late 20s, early 30s prime of his life guy who should be going over. And in WWE logic, it's, hey, let's put the old timer over. He's the guy everybody paid to come to see. That doesn't make sense in the long term, and that's why I think Ring of Honor is going to be fine. Is like when they do things like this, like they have some kind of logic to it. Overall match, I think this is the match that I think it was like the most that utilized the like the entirety of the area. Like a lot of the other matches where they would go kind of do spots. Like they would do spots out, on the apron. They would do like this one. They were all over the fucking ring, all over the ring, all over
the outside.
Yeah, like they utilized everything. Because like when I was watching like the other matches, they came out. They would do their spot on the outside. They would go into the barricades and then they would come back in. It's like, okay, they were all around the ring, in the ring, like they were utilizing everything. And I even like the fact that fucking Marty uses the because when he Irish whips Christopher Daniels into the ring post, he throws the fucking ticker tape on top of him before he fucking super kicks him, like to even gunk him up a little bit more, so he's like he can't get out, can't get away, which was fucking fantastic. And then also, quick note, you can actually see me during that fucking spot. So
yeah, I saw you a couple times actually. During this match, I should say. I saw you a couple times.
Well, you can see me in Dolan Castle match, but I think the match that you see me the most is that one.
Yeah, no, it is. I was able to see you and Chrissy a little bit during the semi-main event for the world title, but this one is where it's like clear as day.
And the overall match I thought was really good. I like the I like the spot where Christopher Daniels couldn't lock in the hold because he got his fucking finger snapped.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it was a good match. I think it was a pleasure seeing him, and the crowd gave him a proper send off. I think he really did get emotional. Like I think he, I think that was a really emotional moment for him, especially he was in the company for the amount of time that he has, and I really, I wish him the best. He had an amazing run in the company, and he's a legend in Ring of Honor. So it is hard to see him go, but I think as far as him going to greener pastures, I think there's more things out there for him than just doing this forever. I think he made the right decision. And it's not like he could never come back.
That's another thing. All these guys could always come back.
Yeah.
They probably will, because I can't wait to get into that conversation. But moving forward, though, we're gonna go into the next match, which was Flip Gordon versus Bully Ray, and Flip Gordon's another fucking. He has so much fucking potential now, more than what it is. He has the potential to tell a fucking story.
But we've gotten to the point where we kind of know this from Flip. Like, we've seen him. I mean, the all in, just everything that happened with that storyline and being elite. The fact that, like, it's just a testament of not only the Young Bucks and Cody and all these guys believing in Flip Gordon, that he could have the potential to tell a really good story. The fact that he made a match that everybody was kind of like rolling their eyes, like, oh, we've seen this before. We've seen this type of match happen before, where to the point where we're kind of like, now we're getting to the point where we're kind of getting sick of seeing Bully Ray come in and be the heel. Like,
no, really?
No. I'm not saying like about the match. I'm saying
no. I'm not saying about the match either. But I'm saying I'm all fuck. I've been all set with Bully Ray doing the heel thing for well over fucking 5 years. Like, after this Hall of Fame he had, sure, yeah, great match this was, but I don't know. Just, I'm all like, this guy, what else does Bully have to do? I hope this should have been his last fucking hoorah, at least in Ring of Honor. But but again, he had a tremendous fucking heat with that spot with Flip's girlfriend. Like, that whole thing, he gets over the railing, goes to powerbomb her. Flip is a fucking bloody mess, and Bully's going, quit or I'm putting her ass to a table. Fuck it. And then Carrie Silky comes in with a fucking kendo stick.
Yes. Oh my god, the crowd went fucking nuclear. Holy shit.
Yeah, and then she hits him with the low blow. Yeah, oh, so good. Yeah, that was so fucking awesome.
I love when Christopher Daniels took the fucking like kendo shot.
Oh.
Like, he literally did like a presidential dive to like save Carrie Silken.
Oh yeah.
Like, there's so many fucking amazing, just the fucking pop that Silas Young got, and then it was a pop. Like, everyone was like, yeah, he's back. He didn't go to WWE, and then they were like, oh fuck, you didn't go to WWE, because they realized, oh shit, he's gonna fuck this up.
and then, oh my god, I feel like I gotta go to like every final battle now because every year they keep teasing this fucking flaming table spot, and every year it's it's a fake out. I feel like one of these years I'm not gonna go, and there's actually gonna be a flaming table spot.
Dude,
Just one of these
that
years,
felt like
it's gonna
that
happen.
took forever. You know what? I know why they took forever to do it. To stall to get Sandman out there.
Pretty much. You know what? It's the tease. Like I have no problem with that because it's teasing something that realistically, when was the last time you saw a flaming table spot?
You know what's sad? I can't even remember.
Exactly.
Can't even remember.
So teasing that, and even the fact that it could happen is in itself, it's a fucking tease. So I have no problem with it being like, kind of like tickling your balls to get you like going, ooh, ooh. So I'm watching it and I'm like, I'm there and I'm like, okay, it's either they're definitely getting like a big name to come out, and uh, they have a couple like the one thing I will say it was a little overbooked. Like they didn't need Cheeseburger and fucking like they didn't need Cheeseburger and Colt Cabana to fucking come down and
Yeah,
I fucking saw like I didn't get this, like I didn't get the like it was weird like Colt Cabana running it down because I didn't see him come from the announcer table, so like I got like a weird like from far away I thought it was like Tommy Dreamer, so I got way overly excited. I was like, oh no, fuck it, it's just Colt Cabana, which is kind of horrible because Colt Cabana is awesome, but it was like, it's Colt Cabana. They're gonna kick the shit out of him, and then the fucking lights went out. I was like, what is this, the fucking Undertaker?
No.
Like I said it in like a like kind of like the vocal tone like your dad. Or, oh, it's the fucking Undertaker. We're gonna come out fucking last ride somebody.
No, when the lights went out, my dad was like, Sabu? And then he came back on, he's like, Sandman. And he saw him with a Budweiser. He's like, well, there goes that lie if Sandman stopped drinking. I'm like, you could take the. I'm like, you could take. You could take the beer out of the man, but you can't take the man away from the beer.
Oh, come on. Did you really think that, like, Sandman would stop drinking?
I can't. Listen, after all the shit that I saw online in the past couple of years, where it was like, he was at indie shows, and then they were doing all different spots of him, where, like, they were doing angles where, like, his mom would call him, and he'd be like, no, Mom, I'm not at the bar. I got sober, remember? He's like, I'm in a wrestling match. And I'm like, and I'm hearing all these stories that, like, he was getting clean. So I gave him the benefit of the doubt, but it looks like he fucking relapsed. For sure, for sure. And one of the friends that I know that's, like, a huge ECW fan that goes to a lot of indies in, like, Philly, whatever. He was saying, oh, yeah, no, Sandman still drinks. And you see it for sure on pay-per-view. It's like, oh, there goes that.
Oh, there goes his liver!
Yeah. Good God, that's it. The liver's dead. But yeah. Like I said, awesome match. Flip went over as we expected, and rightfully so.
Oh man.
Yeah, next match though, because we got to keep this ball rolling. Was the ROH World Title match between Cody and Jay Lethal.
Holy shit! What a good match.
Yep.
What a good fucking match.
And Cody with the heat. I would love you. I mean, I know you love me.
I would love you too, but
I would love you too, but I'm not at the Garden. You could kiss my ass.
Oh boy.
Like I said, I can't wait to get into that whole fucking ordeal about
the whole
AEW.
crowd just booed the shit out of him. Booed the shit out of him. Jesus
I would
Christ. Look, I'm dead serious. They just he had nuclear heat. Oh, you had people like pockets, but like the majority were like, Jay. You know, and it was a fucking good match, man. I even like. Oh my god, the ring gear was fucking amazing. Did you?
Oh, him in the Metal Gear outfit.
Yeah, he was Punished Snake, and she was the boss from Metal Gear Solid. So I was like that. I marked out for that because I knew immediately what that was. And I love the fact that he fucking did the bionic elbow. Oh my god! It was like okay, he goes. Jay did the elbow drop, and Cody rolled out of it and then did the bionic elbow, which was like fucking amazing. The fact that they did both moves like as like nods to like like the guys who came before them, but a lot of props to them for having that type of match. And I love. Okay, what was your reaction when they try to like kind of reenact, but like they did like the screw job as a reverse?
I'm all set with like I had enough of screwjob finishes, but the way they did it with Hangman ringing the bell, that was clever. That was pretty clever. I gotta ask though, because Cody's left knee was really heavily bandaged. Is he like dealing with a knee problem?
I didn't like. I don't know. I didn't see him like limping or anything.
Yeah, like he's just got a bandage on it, and Jay was working the. It was a nice old school like psychology to it because Jay was just working the leg the entire match.
It might have been kayfabe. It might have been kayfabe because I remember because that's how he won. Because he put him in the figure four, and that was how he beat him. So,
a lot of Dusty fans are gonna boo me for saying this, but I say this as a nice joke. It's not the first and last time a Rhodes lost to a figure four. Woo!
Woo! Yeah, no, it makes a lot of sense. I think they were just kayfabing it. Like,
yeah, probably.
Because did Calder, like.
Yeah, they were saying they were making it sound like he had knee problems.
Yeah, it didn't look like he had any fucking issues.
Yeah, it looked fine. It was just really fucking heavily bandaged. And I was just kind of like, is this a work? I mean, it looked like it worked, but I didn't know.
It was a work.
I didn't know if it was a thing where it was I didn't think it was a thing where like, oh, he couldn't fucking really have a good match. Obviously, that wasn't the case. But I was looking at more like, oh, maybe he is dealing with some pain, but I don't know, like yeah, like he's dealing with some pain. But maybe it was just a thing where it was like, oh, he's just gonna fight through it, and it's like minor. But yeah, I don't know.
To be honest, if a guy does have a fucked up knee, I don't think he would try to work it into the match and have the guy, his opponent, fucking like glom his fucking knee for the majority of the match. So, I'm pretty sure it was a work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Nick Aldis came out.
Well, you're also missing fucking Marty coming out. Marty.
Well, no, I was going to say that next. Nick Aldis came out first with Braun's girlfriend.
Nick Aldis didn't come out first. It was Marty.
Oh, okay.
Marty came out, confronted Jay Lethal. They're in the ring, and then right after that, you see Nick Aldis just slowly walk up, put his belt in the air, like, bitch, you think you got the championship belt? I got the championship belt.
Yo, what would you do? What would you do if their Ring of Honor's portion of the main event at the Garden show is the NWA champ versus the Ring of Honor champ, as kind of like a nod to like Harley Race versus Bob Backlund?
I would probably lose my fucking mind. That would be the type of match. That would be the type of match that you would have to do, and considering the people that are no longer on the card to get people really excited.
Exactly. But yeah, I mean, the belt hasn't appeared in the Garden in almost 40 years. It hasn't been defended in well over 50. The NWA title in the Garden. So, if it's not defended, it's a shame. But for it to actually make an appearance there for the first time ever, since Harley Race had it when it was NWA champ versus WWF champ, that's a big deal. And
hear me out.
Lethal,
hear me out on this.
That's gonna be great.
Hear me out on this. Triple threat. Winner takes all.
New Japan champ?
No. You have... It's not going to happen. That would be wishful thinking. But Ring of Honor and the NWA and somebody that's constantly going over to Japan and going all around the world would be Marty. So... Let's say you have Jay, Marty, and Nick Aldis. Triple threat. You have Marty win. He's NWA and Ring of Honor champion. So when he's not working in Ring of Honor, and then he's on the road going to Japan, he could be also putting his NWA title on the line as well.
Okay.
I have a feeling that might be the case, that they're going to end up going.
I mean, it's not a bad route to go if they give the belt to Marty. I mean, he's a little small for that belt, the NWA belt, but fuck it, the guy is fucking a traveled talent. Why not? But I would be fine with either one. I'd be fine with Jay Lethal even winning the NWA title and having both.
Actually, yeah. Well, you know what? Jay doesn't travel as much, though. That's the thing.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. Marty would, yeah. If you're gonna go that route, yeah, Marty, I guess, would be more of a suitable fit for that. But
no, believe me, if you were gonna tell me that Jay was gonna go and besides, do his, Ring of Honor duties, and he's going to go over to Japan and do. Believe me, go right ahead. I think he's anyone. I mean, obviously, Nick Aldis can't win the Ring of Honor title. I don't think he has a contract with them, and just that wouldn't make any sense. And I think he's had the belt for a long enough time that he's been able to do everything that he's needed to do. And so I think logically, I think they need to find the next suitable champion. I think for the most part, I think that if they were going to have a dual champion, it would make the most sense. Especially, I think they wanted to do that with Cody, and I think he ended up wanting to do more with promotion. I think that's what kind of stopped that from happening. But I think NWA kind of doing like a joint promotion with Ring of Honor wouldn't be the worst idea.
Yeah, I know. But moving on though, to the main event, we have the Triangle Ladder Wars between SCU of Scorpio Sky and Frankie Kazarian defending the Ring of Honor World Tag Titles against the Briscoes and against the Young Bucks. And the Young Bucks' final Ring of Honor match, probably for a very long time.
Okay, so let me put it this way. I heard Mark Briscoe say someone's gonna die.
Oh yeah,
and I actually thought so. I actually thought somebody was gonna die. Like I know he's kayfabing it up, but I'm like watching this match. It's a miracle someone didn't die. Like this was a fucking car crash and a half. Like holy shit. Like immediately, fucking Frankie Kazarian was like busted right the fuck open. He has a death mask. You got both the fucking Briscoes fucking bleeding like fucking stuffed pigs. Fucking Jay Briscoe's fucking face is covered in blood. And you got them all fucking like doing these fucking brutal spots to each other, and I'm like, fucking TLC who? Fucking show me this. I'll never fucking watch TLC again. Oh my god! Like, fuck it. Okay, let me put it this way. Like, Chrissy's not a wrestling fan at all, in the least. They not only was she invested in most of these matches, like usually if she goes to like a WWE show, she doesn't give a fuck. She'll just watch it, go, whatever. It's like it's a bare bones, like I'll make a bump, a fucking bump in the ring, and then you hit me with your move, and then I act like you hurt me real bad. Then we do like a rest spot because we have to buy for time, and then you'll hit me with your finisher, and then I get pinned. Like that kind of formula is not this type of formula where you're seeing guys like fucking go through a fucking a ladder, or have a guy fucking put the ladder on his fucking neck and like swing it around and fucking like crack people in the fucking face with it.
Oh, that's yeah, but that was a nod to Terry Funk.
Oh, when he was
spinning around with the ladder? That was a Terry Funk spot, yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, Terry Funk did that in ECW.
Yeah, okay, so they're like, alright, so they basically do like a fucking ECW tribute every fucking match.
No, dude, this was a tribute to 90s wrestling match. That's what this was. This was a nod to the TLC. This was a nod to, that they had the nod to Terry Funk. Yeah, Kazarian obviously doing the AJ Styles nod. Yeah.
With the
Styles Clash, and
Styles
then
Clash.
And he was doing the glove pose where he puts the hands together.
Did you notice the
elephant in the room?
Young Bucks?
Yeah, I did, and I know why they did that, and it's because they don't give a fuck about the cease and desist, because they have fucking money coming their way for shitty reasons, but yeah, but anyway.
No, they're outfits.
No, I was talking about them doing the too sweet pose.
Oh no! I was talking about the outfits. You know what those were a reference to, right?
Wasn't it I was thinking the Rockers.
Yeah. Oh, it was Marty Jannetty.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a not. Yeah, it was a.
Mostly Marty Jannetty, because he fucking trained them.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, I forgot about that. That's a good point. I mean, yeah. I was thinking the Rockers, but it is more. It does remind me more of Marty Jannetty when he was like doing his singles run in WWF.
That was them going like.
Oh yeah, Nick almost
much
died.
Love,
Nick looked like he almost. Nick Jackson looked like he almost died. By the way.
Holy fuck, dude! Like watching that over again. Oh my god. Okay, so like this, like a couple different spots, like being in the corner when everybody kind of like gets up at the same time, because it was kind of like a weird angle, but it's like when he went, like you see him falling perfectly, and then something fucks up, and then you see one of the tables break, and the other one doesn't. So you don't see like the full impact. So when you said he fucking face planted, I was like, nah. I didn't see the face plant itself. I saw pretty much like him falling, some area of impact where I didn't see his face hit, and then you see him on the ground, kind of like clutching his arm, and I remember seeing, like, actually no, he was fucking motionless for like a good like couple, like at least a minute or two, and you see Todd Sinclair come over, and he's worried. He's like he's actually like he's like kind of like whispering to you, "Okay, man, are you right?" And like you see Nick like fucking like kind of crumpled up, and you see Matt come over, and Matt is like kind of crawling towards him, like something's fucked up, because Matt was supposed to be like glommed and like laid out, so he's like going over to him to check him. I just think it works more in a storyline like purpose, because it's like, okay, do you want to win the belts for a company you're not going to even be a part of, or would you rather know that your brother's not dead? The entire, like I said, like they were nearly every single match except like the semi-main, the semi-main and the Marty match. Every other match was like someone almost dying, or some kind of like brutal spot happening to somebody. It was very nerve-wracking, to say the least. Like I kept thinking to myself, I really hope I'm not at one of those matches where you see somebody die, or like you like one of those like really terrifying situations where you watch a match, and then you're there not because it's like a classic match. It's like, oh, that's the match where like so and so like fucking like is paralyzed for the rest of his life. So you don't want to be at one of those matches. You want to be at the you remember it because it's classic, not because so this guy can't fucking walk anymore.
You want to be there for Flair and Steve-O. You don't want to be there for Owen Hart and Stone Cold.
Draws.
Or Draws and D'Lo Brown. You know, you wanna be there for someone putting on a classic, not Misawa.
Oh God. I mean, off topic. Could you imagine that?
No,
I
couldn't. And I'm glad
being ringside and seeing that fucking happen.
No,
Jesus Christ!
I couldn't imagine how the horror that is. But like you said, I'm glad everyone got out of this pay-per-view unscathed. But please, guys, tone it down a nod or two. We don't want to go to a Ring of Honor show and worry about people dying. That all the time. I can imagine what people were going through their head in ECW back in the day.
Well, they were mostly worried about them dying on a regular basis outside of the ring. So,
oh, wow.
Well, I mean, come on. We had stories about fucking Sandman dying.
Oh yeah.
And then
I died. Yeah, whatever. I died. I died and now I'm back to life. Give me a Jack Daniels. And fucking Taz with a broken neck, walking with fucking Eddie Guerrero or Timo or whomever, and they're like, the hospital in Florida is like, how'd you get here? And he's like, yeah, I walked. They're like, you walked with a broken neck? Yeah.
Oh my God. They're all fucking insane. That's amazing.
But overall, I'm gonna say this pay-per-view is definitely one of the top of the year, and I'm gonna rate it a fucking A-. What say you?
Fucking seeing it live, man. I've given it a fucking A+, dude.
I figured you were gonna give it A+.
I can't. Dude, this is probably one of my. To be honest, I'd say it's up there with fucking Dominion, and I'd say it's up there with Dominion and All In. I gotta at the end of the year, in a couple more weeks, I think we should kind of come up with our definitive list for what pay-per-views we thought were the best of the year.
Oh,
but
yeah.
For the most part, if you were to twist my arm, I would say this is number 2.
Wow.
I think this would be number 2. I think this, if I was going to rate them, I'd say Dominion number 1, this number 2, and then All In is number 3.
Okay.
And then I would say Slammiversary is number 4.
All right. Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna probably I'll save my thoughts and let it marinate. Because I would like to do that. Have a show where we discuss our favorites of the year. But anyway, we gotta wrap it up here. Thank you all, everyone, for tuning in for this rendition of AM Thunder with the Ring of Honor Final Battle recap for 2018. Facebook.com/Kayfabe Talk Radio, www.kayfabetalkradio.com. Check both out for all updates and news from us and when we will be doing shows and stuff. Our archives are obviously on kayfabetalkradio.com, as well as iTunes, Stitcher, and so on and so forth. You can find all the links on there, as well as our YouTube channel, where you listen exclusively to AM Thunder on there. And on Twitter, you can chat with us there. I'm on Twitter at EricTheRed211, along with Mr. _Bonesoul for your gripes and complaints on our show. Till next time, folks, keep it kayfabe.
Bitches.
Hey guys, if you're a fan of what you just heard, please go to KayfabeTalkRadio.com, your official source for everything Kayfabe Talk Radio. You'd find our links for iTunes, Stitcher, Facebook, which is Facebook.com/Kayfabe Talk Radio, and our YouTube page. Our YouTube page features all live streams of Kayfabe Talk Radio weekly episodes, AM Thunder, which is our pay-per-view review show, as well as custom-made montages of pro wrestlers, mostly from New Japan Pro Wrestling and Ring of Honor. Till next time, keep it kayfabe, bitches.